And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Asser and Odetta. Thank you for being the first one here this morning. Crystal G is in the building. The chat is closed this morning, so there'll only be green names in here. Shout out to Angel D. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the driver, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, school bus drivers. Shout out to the taxi drivers, cab drivers, whatever you want to call them. Shout out to the garbage truck drivers. Shout out to the truck drivers who go long distance, truck drivers, round town truck drivers. Shout out to your whatever your profession is, man. If you're a soldier, which is military, or if you're a law enforcement individual, police officer, whatever it may be, from the persons in highest corporate offices to those that sweep the streets, manners and respect to you. Here we are on another beautiful morning. Time to give some thanks. Yeah, if it's even 1 minute of saying thank you. Thank you, Almighty, for waking us up this morning. We're happy and healthy, feeling good and strong, and we're not in anybody's hospital. Nobody is planning our funeral. You know, we're doing good, and that's a lot to be thankful for. So we start the day out like that this morning. This morning's show is sponsored by Soninka Limited. So I'm going to run my little commercial, but talk a little bit about Soninka. So just bear with me and allow me to do this. And then I'm going to put up the information on the screen as well and pin it. So whoever wants to contact Soninka can contact Soninka. I've been working with Soninka for a while now, probably about 2 months or so, about the solar lighting program, right? Okay, so here it is. And I'm just showing you this just so you can see what the lights look like. The actual lights that they are selling looks like. So here it goes. Let's get right into this. You know, I've been wondering for the longest, why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. That's what the lights look like. In darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas, and they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install. Whoa, let me pause this. Let me pause this because I need you to hear this. Solar lights. These are. I'm amazed by these lights. First of all, right, and like I told a lot of people, a country I come from. So which part my place there? It dark up there. We are talking about way into the hills of Clarendon. And I would love to see some of my people that live in these types of places be proactive and light up your own place. And don't wait for the government to come put up big street lights in your areas, because it's never going to happen. They weren't there from I was growing up, from I was a little boy till now I'm a big grown man, and they still haven't put any up there. So you can actually help yourself. At least light up around which part you live, around your yard, right? People complain a lot about being in the dark, but we can be proactive. And this is also something that I think the community can pool their resources together and invest in one of these lights for their area. I'm showing you exactly how the lights look, so you can see how powerful they are. And you don't have a JPS bill because these are powered by the sun. And once they put them up and they're way up there, you control them by a remote control, right? And Soninka does all the installation and stuff like that for you. And they also now have solar panels for your rooftop and so on and so forth. But we'll talk more about that later. So catch me like a commercial and look at the light. There we go. Play on one. All right, my SouFLoTV audience, let's take a break from our scheduled program and let's get right into this. You know, I've been wondering for the longest, why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. And people are in darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas. And they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install streetlights. Well, Soninka solar lights. These are commercial grade lights, perfect for rural areas, perfect for dark corners and lanes, perfect for the backyard, the front yard, down the road, driveway lighting, stores, perfect for the farm, waterproof and remote control. Make your surroundings safer. Jamaica has sun all year round, and you will have no problem keeping these lights charged. Did I mention that they are commercial grade and they are remote controlled? You don't have to wait on government to install lights. Some people in some areas have been waiting for decades, literally decades, and they are still in the darkness. These are easy to install. Get in touch with Saninka and they will do the rest for you. And the best part is this: you don't have to pay a monthly light bill. This not gonna bother you like a JPS bill because it's charged by the sun. So take yourself out of the darkness now. Increase your safety now. Get in touch with Saninka Solar and thank me later. Come on, man. Watch that. All the contact information is right there for you. IG, email, phone number, which you can call by WhatsApp, which is free globally. Go on, get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. All right. What Vicky just said. Vicky, Vicky said, watch Moon Pan Stick. You see how you see how bright the light there is? Yes, man. So I'm encouraging people to, even if you can't afford it by yourself, this is something. I don't know about where y'all come from, but in my community where we come from, we used to have like people pool them resources together. Them used to get together and protect our community. Also have neighborhood watch and develop strategies to keep our community safe because we're way up in the hills. We're not the rurals. So this is one of those that I think that people can pool them resources together and get one of them moon punch stick here. Like Vicky said, get one of the moon punch stick them. It bright. Look how bright it is. Boy, I'm not lie. If they had those when I was growing up, although I wasn't allowed outside after certain hours anyway, but it dark. I come from which part them used to, you remember when you used to throw kerosene oil in a bottle and put thing upon it and light it and walk with it? And so people used to light up the place, buckle torch and these things. So we're coming from those times, and now we have solar lighting that can be remote controlled. I'm telling you, moving up in time. Give me a second. SONINKALIMITED, Saninka Limited. Email is SONKIA17. I'm putting the information right here. I don't want people forget. I didn't want to get too far into the show this morning and then we forget. And and here's their phone number. Phone number is 1954, and you can call them on WhatsApp. So it's free. And which part in the world? 275-9737. All right. And let's send that off and let's pin it this morning. So anybody see this and wants to get in touch with them, that's their information right there. All right. Saninka Limited. Get with them and get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. One of them moon pan stick there. All right, people. Thank you for working with me with that part this morning. Let's get on with the show. Chris Brown has arrived in Jamaica. Chris Brown has arrived in Jamaica. I see somebody say, if you want to know who have money, just look up which part the skybox there. Because the ticket them to get into one of those skyboxes is the price is ridiculous, to say the least. But we're going to talk about that more. Beenie Man turns 50 years old. I think Beenie Man is I'm pretty sure Beenie Man is the longest, he's been in the dancehall business the longest as an entertainer. Should I say the longest living or not living? I don't know how to put it, but he's been there the longest. Being a DJ I remember my mom used to have records like 45s. I remember picking up one of them way back when, and Beenie Man was on it, right? And he was a kid on the record. So he been making music a long time. He turns 50 years old. We're gonna big up Beenie Man this morning and give him flowers and all that this morning as well. Serena Williams and Rihanna both welcomed their babies, new babies, into the world. Congratulations to them. Donald Trump is supposed to turn himself in by tomorrow. There's some details going on about that because Trumpy is not playing. He's capitalizing off the moment as well. There's something that happened recently with the Obama's chef, and I was waiting to do something on it. So the Obama's chef went out on the lake, haphazardly, willy-nilly, just having fun, I guess, ended up drowning. And I was waiting to see what the coroner said, right? Yeah, he's passed away a while now. They had his funeral, everything like that. But I was waiting to see, because you know, when you call certain people name, you can there your yard, sit down and eat your dinner, and next thing you know, them kick you in your door because you said the wrong thing about the wrong people. You understand? Right. So I was waiting to see what the information was going to be from like the coroners, what cause of death was, and all that. So we're going to get into that this morning. But I must tell you, very, very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I don't know. And there's a lot of, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but there's a lot of stuff floating around out there. Maybe I shouldn't entertain it before them start say, me make it up. You know, yes, I have to wait to see the fiasco with Trumpy. Man, Trump said Trump is going in. Oh, but before I do that, I come across a funny video this morning. I think I need to share with y'all. We're something else. We are. Watch this. So I don't know if them didn't want to let Rasta up on the show or what. Y'all might have seen it, but Rasta take it into his hands and watch it. Then we got show you what this is.
Annually, so for the one come on the show, make sure the ass start early. Now, you look like you don't want to perform on the show next year. You same one. Oh, yeah, man, so ass start early because I'm only for artists. We're there. All right. Let the empress. Whoa.
Rasta.
Hello.
Rasta go call upon the strength of Jah. Watch Lion strength.
All right, hold the vibes.
Rotted.
Oh. Listen. DJ Chris.
Oh my God. Somebody said Rasta order veggie chunks. Somebody said Rasta order veggie chunks and then mix up the veggie chunks with pork and Rasta go confront the chef around there. I don't know, Rasta is supposed to be peaceful people, but don't get me rotted. Slew them with Karachi. Oh, Rasta. They have to laugh still, you know. Nobody got hurt. I'm sure them kill him with lick backstage after this though, because that's how they do. Hey, don't look at me. Too much camera out there. Drive him go around this. Drive him go around this so peacefully. Be a lick round the back. You only know what we do already. Watch out. Rasta say, hey boy, beer chunks me eat now. Take lick boy, but your pork self, you're weak like jump off I stairs. Rasta is fleeing like a runaway slave. They are on him. Them capture him right there so though. Yep. Round the back, them a carry him go. Barely round the back. Anyhow, moving right along, Rasta floor the man Rasta. The man here drink too much rum and no exercise and no solid food. So when time you run into a ras that is not a rum ras, because you have a whole heap of them, you know, you have a lot of rum ras out there right now. They're weak. They're extremely weak. I see one get boxed down the other day, and I don't think the box catch him. I think it was the wind from the box. Like them box close to him. You know, when you duck and the box pass, so yeah, the wind still knock him over. Everybody was like, yo, I be a pork the rest, right? You know. Ras weak. Ras couldn't turn up. And he was at a rum bar. Anyways. So yeah, we have a whole heap of... Remember one time gone, you wouldn't catch Rasta no rum bar, you know. Rasta from my era of growing up is a different kind of Rasta than the Rasta them that them have now. The Rasta what them have now is either rum Ras or you have the Rasta them where stylish Ras. Stylish Rasta the Rasta them where him have inner him red bottoms and, and him Louis Vuitton, this and him that and a beer European name brands, that the kind of Rasta. The conscious Rasta them, the one them with them beard chunks up and thing. Them Rasta there, me not see them again. I don't even see the bubble them with the broom again. Remember, we used to go market with grandma on Saturday morning, and we used to see the bubble them through the market with the broom them. I didn't know that they made those brooms and sold them, and until I got older, of course. So you used to get your broom from the bubble, and then broom they used to last, right? Them used to use sweep up the yard and these things. Stress, stress will send you straight to the rum bar. I stress them stress out. I don't know, yeah, man. They've been talking about going back to Africa since I was a child, and all know them not left Bubble Hill. Them still up there. Majority of them have not made that trad, have not forwarded to Africa. I think they're still waiting on that boat or that ship, and the government is supposed to build it and all these things, and then they're gonna jump on the ship, and the government is supposed to give them papers and freeway and say, yeah, this is your ancestral land and your reparations, a big chunk of money if you go with it, and see you later. No longer will you be here. Off to the motherland you go. So that did sound good when we did little, you know. And as a young youth coming up, when I grew up my dreadlocks and stuff and started studying, I went down the road, people, started studying the words of His Imperial Majesty, started listening to real conscious music and start reasoning with real Rastas, or who I called real Rastas. I start to realize, you know, at one point I was very militant about it, like very militant about it. Holy man, you a lie. Yeah, man, I did me that one time. Joe, Rastafari. Yes, I am. And these things. And then, you know, as time went by, I was like, yeah. It's just another movement, really. And to me, that it was a movement that's not moving. So I go stay night and turn a entertainer, or yeah, go come out it and go find something to do with yourself. So, and plus I didn't like to see the older ones like lose all them teeth and them something. There's something did I go on over there. So ever since I was little, I was like, man, I lose all my teeth them like that. So how the whole of the rest of them reach like 40 years old and half of them teeth gone, and by the time them reach 60, like the rest of them, like me, you know, them did stay chaka chaka away kind of thing, and I didn't want to be one of those, and I didn't want to be one of the fashion ones either. You know, sport pure European brands and brag about how much money they spend on European things, and while they are talking pro-African and pro-black and these kind of things. So the confusion will come out of it. But big up to the rest of them still, because you know you have some of them that's holding the order and they're really conscious for real and they live what they speak. But those are far and few in between. You have to go way up in the hills to find them there. Right? The one them where you see around and about now, fashion rust that. So dreadlocks is fashion, just like how me have this year. Fashion, dreadlocks turn fashion. Dreadlocks is no longer, if you see a man with locks on his head, you don't know it's a serious business. Don't play with him, right? But he's a man of love, and he's a man of stern beliefs, and we stand up for him rights and stand up for your rights too, and fight for it to the death. And that now again, them my first one run well left you, and them them in all kind of passa these days. So, but big up to the rest of them still. Jesse Royal, yeah. Big up Jesse Royal for sure. The Black Star Liner ship, them still awake on it. Kevin Smith is dead, and the Ark stalled. I don't know where's the Black Star Liner. Vicky Victory. Yo, Vicky, me still up on the moon pan stick something. What you talk about? Go get you one of those moon and stick from Soninka Limited. Light up your place. People, it's hot. I'm sipping some cold water with some lime. It's been sitting in the water since yesterday, so it's well limey. In the harbor. It's in the harbor. Anyhow, That Chris Brown something here. Chris Brown arrived in Jamaica, and Chris Brown is ready to do, his show. The first thing me say, Chris Brown probably land and say, send me 10 freaky girl. He won't have a problem finding them because them ready for dash out, and especially for somebody like Chris Brown. Hear them yesterday in our comment section. Look for my husband. Look for, I don't know, Jamaican people or something else. Them just claim my man. Look for my husband. One girl said, look how him skin clean and pretty. I say, yeah. If Chris send call for her, she gone for sure. Anything him said do, she at do it. Just don't tell anybody you here. I don't normally do this. But them two well, them two black for Chris Brown. Them two but them don't know that. Them don't know that. Black women don't know that. And not only Chris Brown, let me tell you something, right? And I've noticed this. I said it about Drake before, and a whole heap of people get vexed, but it's true. I said, when it's time to find video vixens, big body gal, dark chocolate skin or brown chocolate skin, etc., for it looks good for the videos. It looks good to be standing next to in a club or promotional reasons or for whatever, because that's a part of their core base, right? I say the love for these type of women though, when it's time for them to get married or it's time for them to procreate, like have children, look who they go find. They ain't finding your black ass. So you are just there for props, as in you make the show go, right? And I mean, take it how you want to take it, but if you look at it for real, look at Drake's son. Look at Drake's mama, Drake's son's mom. You see what I'm saying? Same thing for, I could go way back. I go way back to Eminem. When Eminem first came in, I was like, okay, he rocking with an all black cast. He is from the gutter. If you grow up in these communities, you will know there's always like one and two white families in the hood. He came from that. I give him that. And I always said this. I said, watch when it's time for him to start a family, for him to get married, for him to have children, do any of that. I bet money it won't be a black woman. And sure as hell it wasn't. He went right to his kind, And same thing for Drake. Drake will love him to death on screen, but when it comes time to have babies and all that, I think they consciously make a decision like, nah, she ain't my type. I'll fly her in from IG. I'll jump in the inbox. You know what I'm saying? I'll tap that ass. She got a fight. The body look good, but I'm gonna make sure I double strap up. I'm gonna make sure I vasectomy even. I'll reverse the vasectomy after, but me I make sure say one of them girl don't breathe for me, cause ain't my type, right? Same thing for Chris Brown. I don't think Chris is running after. He has a type for sure, and enough of them is not his type. But you can't tell black woman that. They always run down who don't want them. That's the same. That's the same conversation. This I gonna get deep now. This is the same conversation I was having when I don't know if it's Shakira recently did a video. I'm not to comment on our video because people be like, "Oh, why you over here on your wife video saying this and saying that?" Like we're not allowed to have our separate opinions. But she did a video concerning black men and how we feel about black women and their hair, right? Them natural state. So here is my thing. Black women always want what them can't have. Pertaining to that, right? They always want what they can't have. As in, she always wants the guy that likes girls that look a certain way. Now, if you're trying to be natural, you grow out your natural hair, you stop dress a certain way, you start carrying yourself in a more dignified manner. That means nobody at the road can see a G-string, nobody at the road can see your nipples through your clothes, all that your clothes not press on your pum pum till the two pum pum lick them sprint out flat. So every time a man look at you, his eyes go right there, like Jesus Christ, like it fuck. Women be knowing what they doing when they dress themselves like that, right? Right. But they always go after guys that like those types of girls. They don't go after men who actually love a natural black woman who would never look at those kind of girls. And the funny thing is, they try to use that and just cast a wide web across the net for all black men. And they'd be like, yeah, black men don't really like you when you're natural anyways. No, it's some black men don't like you when you're natural. Some black men prefer you natural. And you might run into the ones who told you he likes you natural. And then when you get natural, you see my look pan the not natural is because he was lying to you, but we lie all the time, forget some pum pum, right? So they can look past all your natural stuff and be like, I bet if she put a wig on, I bet if she this, I bet if she this and that, she'll look good. If that's what he's into, you'll be like, she'll look good then. And then you do. And you don't. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna love you for you. I love you with your natural hair, babe, and all this. And you skin out and game, and then when you done skin out and game, you realize that he's not really that type that's into that. So the men, the black men who are actually into that, they always come with a different level of mindset that our sisters often are not ready for. Because it's a level of consciousness that follows that. A level of consciousness follows, I'm not into heavy makeup. I'm not into the long butt eyelash them. I'm not into this, that, and the other. I want there's a level of consciousness that goes with it. And they want a man to like them naturally, but they don't want him to be too consciously deep. And when he's consciously deep, he's different from how she is, and she not ready for all that. So she keep getting dragged in by the ones who he'll pretend he like it just so you can spread. That's about it. But you'll realize later that he ain't the one. So stop going after men who actually don't like you. And then here's the thing. I've seen sisters do this all the time. She'll have a thing for a guy, right? So she'll bat her eyes and everything, and she not catch him attention. He's not reciprocating, him not giving the energy because she in her natural state. She will purposely go say to herself, say, watch how me I go fix up myself now and come out like a dolly. And watch how I go want me. And guess what she does? She go fix up herself. She said she get her face beat. She go fix up herself. She put on her new hairpiece, whatever you want to call it, wig, weave, whatever. She fix up herself, tight clothes up on everything. And of course, the next time him see her, he's like, damn, hey, what's up, ma? You know, and she's like, oh, he wants me now. The sad part is she end up giving herself to that guy same way. That, right? Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Not too bad. Hope all is well with you and the family.
Yes, my brother. I can't complain. You?
Good. You know, having a good week so far. Actually, my birthday this Friday, SouFlo. So,
your birthday is this Friday?
Good. Yeah.
All right, man. Happy birthday to you when it comes, yes, and many more healthy ones. Health is wealth, for sure.
Let me tell you this, SouFlo. You see this conversation that you're having? It's a very... If you're not careful, people never off your head in a SouFlo.
They will never off my head. Yes, man, they never off my head all the time.
Yeah, because...
all the time.
You see, certain conversations, they get ignorant people, you know? And a lot of the times, you know, people think and speak with them emotions, you know? Not from logic. You know, we talk to people and we tell them, say, you know, in terms of what you're saying about how some women will dress a certain way to attract certain men that probably don't want them.
Right.
That have a different type. And let me tell you, SouFlo, you know, when me know say people don't want you when people deem you as annoying.
When them
no
deem
matter
you...
how you dress, SouFlo.
When them deem you as
that's
annoying...
Not your natural being. And that's not your natural state. And they realize that you try too hard to gain them attention.
They
will use you until they dispose of you.
Okay, yeah, but speaking in terms of the sisters, speaking in terms of the sisters, I'm saying on topic, speaking in terms of the sisters and how they themselves will make themselves look the way how they think the man who they wants them to look. Cause she knows that he has a type. She know him not give her no energy when she out naturally. And she's telling herself, I'm on my natural journey. You know, I got the perm out my hair. I'm growing my natural hair out. I'm loving myself. But the man where she look give her no kind of current. He's not throwing no energy her way. And she will purposely flip herself back to the big eyelashes, the weave, the makeup, the tight clothes, the everything. And then he, the same one who wasn't giving her no energy when she was looking like all natural, is the same one she carry herself go give to. She go give herself to him. So yeah, him slap it out. And then when him done slap it out now, him treat her like a nobody because she's not his type, right? And then she's confused, and now she's like, "Oh, black men don't like us when we're natural." But it's your choice.
I don't like when women say those stuff about how I get that people have bad experiences with men. I get that it's a valid point that women do make. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So far, because if you're dating from your 20s and you reach your 30s and you've had bad experiences, people might say, "Oh, you probably don't know how to choose your partner." And in some cases, that is it, SouFlo.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, women actually do have bad experiences with men, and they feel that way about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's vice versa across the board. Men oftentimes build themselves and them have bad experiences with women.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to be that the women are evil or anything, but sometimes it's just that the persons are compatible. But SouFlo, what I think about human beings and what I've recognized in being on Earth is that we're all the same in some sense, SouFlo, because you can put yourself in people's shoes and think like them in moments, because pertaining to women kind of losing themselves and changing for men who don't want them. SouFlo, when I was younger, I know say when you're young and you like a girl and whatever, this a girl probably like somebody else, and you want to like you, and you think to yourself, how me can make this a girl like me? You probably try just like the next person. You're trying to stand out, and guess what? You're losing yourself by doing that because that's not you. You just have to be you.
You used to do that?
Whatever you are, you will attract what you are.
You used to do that? Like if you find out a girl, where you like, right? You used to try to like become what it is. The people that might tell you whole heap of happy birthday in here, Dorothy, T, Jet Shelley, thanks for being here. Regina, yeah, a lot of happy birthdays in here this morning.
Everyone.
You used to do it. You used to like change up yourself.
Yeah, because
me never do that.
I wouldn't say I went to like a full 100 extent because I'm just like 22 now. So say this was like when me like 13, 14,
Right.
So say even though girl not supposed to dip on my mind then, they were still on my mind.
No man, girl, you're supposed to dip on your mind then.
Like a girl, and I would be thinking, how can make this a girl like my back, And I remember when I was in probably like grade 8 or so, and this girl said to me, no matter how you will try to change, she will never like me because yes, I might change like that person, but it's just not you. It's not your natural being.
Right.
So no matter what I try to do, she would have never liked me.
Right.
So, even with women, it's like, no matter how you want to get the baby, no matter how you want to get all the surgeries and just the skimpy way, the person that you're trying to attract will not like you. And just like how you have the earthy people out there, SouFlo, who dress a certain way, they'll attract what they are. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to see a look scammer man and one of them type of hype man that go her way because that's just not their type,
Right.
So, whatever you are, whatever your natural being as people are and what you perceive yourself to be, you have to work on improving that in order to attract people within that niche or within that being. You get what I'm saying, SouFlo?
Right.
Because I've left
so just be yourself.
Females. I'm not saying people don't evolve, I'm not saying people don't evolve, Don't get me wrong, SouFlo, but I've seen people lose themselves before trying to be something that they're not. And you think to yourself,
all the time.
But Natasha not that the type of person that.
All the time.
And I look at Natasha and I say, no man.
I know
What point in time after high school Natasha changed? Like, what reality hit Natasha if she thinks that she needs to go this route?
Right.
But what I will say, SouFlo, sometimes when people go that route is because of various reasons. And as I'm saying, as people, male or female, we cannot lose ourselves because women lose themselves sometimes trying to be something that they're not, and men lose themselves trying to be something that they're not. Me have a friend who used to go to high school with SouFLo, and I tell you, it might not crush not in a SouFLo, but the way how he operate now and his mindset, me don't say, that's not him. And, sometimes I say to God, boy, God, you have to go with him, because I'm not going with him, I mean, I say, please save him before it's too late, because he become this very demonic person and this, over-sexualized person where the man they on social media so and him poster and stuff. And I say, this is not, whether you're Christian or not SouFLo, this is not conscious stuff, So I say, I just have to go with him and try to save mine idea or any being in believing,
Two things I'm going to say to you. Compatibility. This is my thoughts on compatibility. There's no such thing as, oh, you're just going to meet somebody and you and them compatible. So this whole compatibility thing that people talk about, is, I think the misconception of it is what keeps people jumping from relationship to relationship. Oh, this not work out because we're not compatible. I'm out by. I'm going to go find somebody who is more compatible with me. Here's the thing about compatibility. When two people decide, say, them want get together, they will make themselves compatible to each other. Meaning, you will study and learn how to love your partner, however difficult that may be, and your partner will study and learn how to love you, however difficult it may be. Loving a person is not a one-size-fit-all thing. That's why even your strokes have to change up if you change relationship, because the way how Kemisha like it, and Kemisha was your ex, Tisha, who you're there with now, she don't like that something the way you keep on and do. So you have to go figure out how to love her way now. You understand what I'm saying? So compatibility is something, it's more like a silent agreement kind of thing. People chase compatibility thinking it's just going to appear, and it's not. It has to be built, right? And when you realize that, and two people realize that, you will stop going from relationship to relationship to relationship. And it takes work to build compatibility, hard work. Because you have to go look sometime and be like, me not in this. And you keep on like getting on my last nerve with this SHIT that I'm not into. But you have to be able to communicate that with your partner, and your partner will respect it if they want to be with you, or they will end up losing you because them say, well, we're not compatible. He's telling me how to be compatible. I don't want to do that stuff that makes us compatible. Well, 1 + 1 always equal 2. So that must, they're deciding then again without saying those words, I'm giving up this relationship and moving on. But ain't no such thing as finding somebody who is just going to be compatible with you, right? And then the next thing now, where you say about your brethren and like how people change and stuff, is a thing in our life called life is a journey, my brother. So listen, there's a thing in our life now called self-discovery, right? And all human beings, male and female, we go through different phases of self-discovery. One time, when me did we are young, I think that I was a fire ass. I was growing up in the time of Buju Banton coming of age and all these things, right? I want to rule my destiny and these something. So I started taking on that persona. And I felt like I was going to be the age I am now. I thought back then, by the time I reached this age, me to have a big beard with two, because my beard lock up over the years and me not too long. And me I walk around, holy man, you were like King Selassie, Joe, Rastafari, all these things all the time. And over time, you go through your different phases. It's the same thing for women as well. She might have got through her tight clothes phase. She might have got through her weave and wig and long eyelashes phase. Some people go through, you go through all these different changes. And then eventually you find yourself. The thing is, we have to allow people to go through their changes and find themselves. And, you will find yourself. You will find yourself.
Definitely, because even one thing now, I only think I would have started this way a couple years ago. Not in pertaining to this topic, but just in general.
And you're pretty young. You're pretty young. So I'm telling you right now that 10 years from now, you will look back at the age you are now and the things you're doing and saying now, and you will probably be laughing at some of the stuff and like, why? But you're really young. Oh, we did that think when we did that. Trust me, right? Me can say it to you, and then others.
Before I leave, I think, being young, it's always good to surround yourself with like older folks, whether it's family or, You know, if you have some family friends that's older than me, because, you know, I have this family friend, and, you know, she's always telling me to find myself before I go seeking anything in life. But there's, you know, relationships, certain friendships are just in general, because you always want to try to put yourself in the best position to accomplish or achieve anything that you want to achieve. And, you know, I think I just want to tell this to people. I think oftentimes as people, we need to learn how to be alone and find ourselves and work on ourselves before we go into relationships. I think sometimes as people, we need to recognize that, you know, sometimes we're not ready for a relationship, you know?
Yes.
Because,
yes,
you know, accommodating someone else in our space and in our lives is a very big thing. You know, I've not been in many relationships, and I've not been in many serious relationships compared to you or other folks that's listening right now where I'm moving with a girl or whatever. I've never been in that scenario.
Right.
However, I know SouFlo, I'm not the best person as of right now to take up a relationship to that extent.
And you're conscious of that, my brother. So that means that you wouldn't go put yourself in a relationship right now, right?
Yeah, and I'd be disingenuous to myself.
Right. And disingenuous to the person who you would try to pursue a relationship with as well. If you can consciously look in the mirror and say, "I'm not good enough for a relationship." If you can consciously look at yourself.
Sometimes they're ready for a relationship. I don't want to go lie to nobody and, you know, make the whole situation. But anyways, bless up SouFlo, and, you know, thanks for the birthday wishes.
All right, my brother. Manners and respect here.
All right, bless.
Bless. Yo, a real conscious young brother that, you know, he's 22 and he's very, me love it. I love to see that. Him the loose meds, you know, because some of them have some meds with loose in them, man. And probably when I was 22, my meds was loose like that too, right? But he's very conscious, and I love that. I love to see young, conscious people. It gives me hope for the future. But it tells you, say, you're not lose everybody. Yeah, the last something that we might talk about, I've spoken about that before. I said that most of the times relationships end because adults are not adulting. Everybody thinks they're an adult until it's time to do stuff like man up, own something, compromise, or apologize. And people start make up their own definition of what compromise means and what apology means. And it don't have no other definition than the original definition. If you did wrong, say you're sorry. You know? And don't say you're sorry in a way where, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. After somebody press your fist, say sorry. You say sorry in a genuine way, you know? So you have to, these things are things that take time to develop as well. Most of us jump in a relationship early and jump in a relationship when we ourselves were not ready for a relationship. And then it ends up being turn out bad. And then we curse the people then we got put ourselves with, and we curse everybody else, and we curse relationship and all that. And another important thing he said is the importance of being alone. A lot of people can't be alone, especially when you've geared yourself to take on people and you go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. After a while, you crave people, right? So it's important to be alone. It's okay to be alone, and it's important to be alone. That's how y'all gonna discover yourself, right? And that's just my meds on that still. It's not law. You say what you say, me say what me say. Little bro, him always talk sense. Hope him continue in that trend. Missy Brum Brum. Missy Brum Brum. Miss Brum, all right, you change up your name, sis. All right, we are going with Missy Brum Brum this morning. Rash Jada says, all right, Uncle Mervin, I'm going to behave before you make me come go up. Rash Jada, you now make trouble. Mervin, the point Jamaica curse that the show is growing him. Yeah, I like that. I like that because, you know, people need some place to go have some conscious conversation. You can't have loose conversation all the time. The last thing he said, it's important for younger people to surround themselves with people who are older than them, conscious people that are older than them. That is absolutely true. I say this all the time to young men and young women. Make sure you have some grown people around you who have done it, have been there, seen it, survived through it, accomplished some things in life, and them can point you in the right direction or give you some advice. The problem with humans is this. Everybody want yes people around them. So the minute you start to become somebody who holds people accountable or tell them the truth to their face, you no longer become a favorable person for them. Then them know why your company no more, right? But I've always been that kind of person. I would rather be alone than to be around a group of people who always are telling me about, yes, man, you're right, man. Yes, SouFLo, yes, man. Of course, man, do it, man. And a beer foolishness me over there, though. No. I want to be by myself then. I want to be around people who can look at me and be like, brother, you know, I respect you and everything, you know, but you see, that's something the way I deal with. Me, I cut from around you because I tell you already, it's not a good look, you know. Here's the reason why I'm saying it ain't good for you. This I gonna happen, that I gonna happen. Talk to me and talk to me real. Nobody encourage me if you gonna do no foolishness. I call that the Duracell. Where you know the Duracell bunny when them put the battery in the bunny back. I don't want nobody putting a battery in my back. And you're just going and going and going with your foolishness. A perfect example of that is Tory Lanez in the Megan Thee Stallion situation. Tory could have quelled that situation a long time ago. But him have beer yes man around him. And the beer yes man, them a laugh and joke and talk about, yeah, say this too. Yeah, do that too. Man, you going live later? There's a lot of people on the live. They bug, yo, go again. Yes, say this some more. Do that some more. Not one of them was there when the judge said 10 years. Man, you know, somebody prison for 10 years. You know how long 10 years is? And even if him not do the 10 years and them say I'm going to do 6 or 7, is a long time that for me. A whole heap of stuff happening in 6 and 7 years. You could have in there, you know, get to go to your father's funeral and pass away. You could have in there and something happen to your children and you can't help them. You could have, me don't want nobody put no battery in my back. I like honest people and I try to surround myself with these kinds of people. Not only that, I try to be that kind of person myself. So if you have me around you, just know say you're gonna hear truth from me. And I'm not objective to you telling me the truth back either. You can't tell me the truth. That's exactly what I want you to do. I don't want you to lie to me. And I don't want you to go around thinking, I have to lie to him because I like when he lies to me. Because some people do that. Them lie to you, them want you lie back to them too. But when you tell them the truth, then there's a conflict, right? So if you go, Missy Bram Bram, me like that name there, you know, the new Missy Bram Bram. Missy Bram Bram say, you see you, hold him this long listening, little bro, that means he really looks up to you. And I appreciate that. When people even said to me, say, yo, my mom listens to you all the time, like every single day, and she is 62. Or my grandmother listens to you all the time and she is 80 something. I'm like, what you know about SouFLo? And she's like, please, me, I listen to SouFLo from long. Them thing that really make me know, say, okay, you're not just out here talking foolishness. You know, some people raise me right, and it's the residual effects. Some of the things that they said to me and taught me stuck with me. I'm gonna teach them same things there to my children, and I live those same things myself. So we try to keep it clean and good regardless, even though we get bad sometimes. That's true? All right, true words. No one is going to share this time with him. Absolutely. Lovely Anika is in the building this morning. Morning, family. I'm just wake up and I try watch this matter in a me yai. Oh God. Wash out your yai and come in at the class. I've been listening from 2016, BM says. Yeah, 2016 was a year. A lot of things happened in 2016 in my life, boy. If you've been listening since 2016, you remember when time me and Shakira first get together in 2016. It was one big fiasco. What? It was beer drama and one big fiasco. So, but hey, here we are. It's 2023, right? And it was supposed to be temporary, and it was supposed to be short-lived, and it was supposed to end badly, and it was supposed to all kind of something. And you know, we're still there. We're still there. Some of the people them who was wishing all that from 2016 till now, I bet them gone through about 6 or 7 different partners since. So it ain't easy. It ain't easy. And that's why I'm still living and learning, and I'm able to teach from learning. First-hand experience, you know what I say? Especially the compatibility, something there. I have learned that You're not just gonna wake up and find no compatibility. Nothing no go so. Big up to Bugle with the compatibility song, but nothing don't go so. You're not compatible unless you make yourself compatible. Right. So learn what it is that your partner is into and get into it. Last word on that before we go into one of them topic here now. Here what? I remember they interviewed an old couple. I think they're like 102 and 103 and them still alive. And they've been married for 80 something years. And they asked them, how come y'all stayed together so long and made it work for all that time? I remember the man said, find out what it is your partner absolutely does not like and make sure you don't ever do it. And the other one said, find out what it is your partner absolutely loves and do it all the time. That's it. I'm going to say, damn. And them make 80 odd years of marriage and they're about to depart this earth. Like, they, you know, the funny thing is they'll probably leave one behind the other. Like my grandparents, you know, they said, him not gonna live long enough. Him not gonna live long without him wife because they've been together since they were really young. And, you know, they're in their 90s now. And so said, so done. My grandfather didn't live long after my grandmother passed. You know, he's a man where they really into him wife. And I remember when we were at her funeral, man, and he was sitting front row in the church and our body in the casket and something. And you can see he's a man where like him want to cry, but him not gonna let it out and bawl, you know. And I'm sitting behind and I'm thinking, you must be really, really strong for sit down that close and I look upon your wife, body laying there motionless. So me go up there, sit down next to him, and I was rubbing his back. I'm gonna say, all right, Grandpa. And he said, Ruby gone left with boy. Yeah, she gone left with. And I saw that look in his eye that day. Like if him could have go right now too, he would. Right. So but shortly after, like almost a year to the date, out of there, gone to right behind him wife. I don't know, man. It's the broken heart syndrome, T95 South. But what a beauty though, to be able to find somebody like that in life. Because enough of we now gonna experience that. What a beauty to be able to find someone like that in life. Right? Everybody want that. But not everybody deserves that, and not everybody is going to get that. When we see other people have it, we're like, oh man, couples goals. I wish that was me. I want that too. How long they been together? Good God. And them loving so with each other and this and that. God do something for me now. This can't happen to me too. And thing, but if you don't prepare yourself for that to happen to you, it's not going to happen to you. You know, if you're still out here frivolously choosing partners, it's not going to happen to you. If you're still out here running after people who don't want you, it's not going to happen to you. If you don't stick it out and do the work to make your union work, it's not going to happen to you. I know for a fact of my grandparents, them years together was not no smooth sailing 100% from beginning to end. They worked out all the kinks. The magical thing about relationships is this. The ones that have weathered the storm and survived, those are the strongest and most beautiful relationships ever. The one them, we never have no storm yet, or nothing going in it yet, they're iffy. Because we don't know what going to happen when storm come. You understand? Right. And close out that part by saying this. One of the most beautiful things we can do for our children, I'm starting to learn this too. Some people say, hide when time you have issues from your kids them. Hide this. And I used to say that too. But you know, I think it's not realistic because then kids grow up thinking that you're not supposed to have problems. And if problems arise in a relationship, run. Because my parents never had problems. The truth is they had problems. They hid it from you. I think it's okay to give the children a view of what it looks like to go through some ish. They argue, them cuss, them work it out. They made it work. Years down the road, those kids will look back and they'll be like, damn, my mom and my dad been together like 30 years. My mom and my dad been together 30 years. And they really been through some stuff and they stuck it out and they are with each other. What that does, it sets a mindset in that child's mind who is now an adult that you don't run, you work it out, right? Whatever the workout is going to be, you work it out. You stand firm and you work it out. And in order for you to experience anything as beautiful as what my grandparents had, you're going to have that mindset. You can't have the run mindset. You can't have the I'm leaving mindset. You can't have the I'm not compromising mindset. You can't have the I refuse to apologize mindset. You can't have the you only can have the mindset that says this is my union. It means the world to me and I need to do whatever it takes to make it work. When two people have that same mindset, that's all. Oh man, the rest is beautiful. Regardless or comes what may, the rest is going to be beautiful. Not true? Yeah, them jump ship. Everybody jump ship. Some people you have to tell them to left you alone too, because there's no compromise. There is no nobody deserves the worst of you. You know, if you're in a relationship, your partner does not deserve the worst of you. They should be able to love you through your bad times, but they don't deserve the worst of you. And you need to be conscious of that too. It's like I'm human. I'm going through a rut right now. I'm not feeling good right now. So I'm giving my partner the not so best part of me right now. But I'm conscious of it and I'm going to, shape up and ship up in a minute and get back to being what it is I'm supposed to be. You can't just be there and be like, me no business. Take what you get. Take what you get. And there is no, wow, let's change this. Let's get back to loving, caring, something, right? That part there. It's yours and you're going to work for it to keep it going strong. Absolutely. If you ain't treating it like the most precious piece of diamond in the world that's worth millions of dollars that you try hide from everybody else and no one nobody thief it, so you put it somewhere safe and you guard it with your life and all this, then me no want it. Me no want it. If you treat it like a toilet paper when you do, you just wipe your body and throw it in there and flush it down there. Don't be in those kind of relationships. Anybody that treat a relationship like that, then there's no relationship there. And it's not going to work. Right. All right. Chris Brown is in Jamaica. That's what we said earlier. Now, shout out to Jamaica Loop. With excited fans counting down the days until Chris Brown and Friends concert in Jamaica, there are reports that the anticipation has moved up a notch. Now, beer excitement because the artist has now arrived in the island. I saw him yesterday coming through the airport. I don't know what airport that is, but I saw him yesterday coming in to the place and he have on one green sweatsuit and a lot of people was like, boy, it's hot. It's hot at Jamaica, this a man come out here in a sweatsuit with hoodie and all these things. I always say that when I go to Jamaica. Because I see the youth them with them hoodie and long pants and stocking and all kind of something on in the hot day. And me that they are sweat like, I don't know. I'm just sweating and I'm in a wife beater marina kind of thing and shorts and I'm sweating. And them now drop one bead of sweat. Some people are like, SouFlo, those are the bleachers. But I think the regular youth them too. They be in like all winter gear in a summer Jamaica weather. So I don't know if the clothing says anything. So a 2-minute video was captured of the plane landing in a private jet. He came in a private jet and then leaving the Norman Manley International Airport. And then that's his private jet that came. So it's Norman Manley. I don't know which part of Norman Manley him come through, must be through the back door. But coming, I don't recognize the area that he was in. I go through Norman Manley whole heap of time. But anyhow, a private jet come drop him off and the private jet took off and then a bag of security around him and him have more security than Andrew Holness does and these kind of things. He probably have more money than Andrew does too. But he's in the island. He said, God bless you. Thank you all for having me. And him didn't say nothing else. And several dancehall acts. I think the show is going to be really good. The reason why I think the show is going to be really good is because of the acts that are on there as well. So people are like, I bet them pay Chris Brown an arm and a leg to come to Jamaica to perform. Money they would never pay a Jamaican artist to perform. And I understand that Chris Brown is bigger than most of these Jamaican artists on an international level. So yeah, and plus, I don't think any promoter wants to pay a Jamaican artist that much money. But people like Dexter Daps are gonna be on that show. TJ gonna be on that show. Ding Dong is gonna be on that show, along with others. And of course, it's at the National Stadium in Kingston. And Sean Kingston, who has always been a good friend of Chris Brown, is also gonna be on that show as well, right? Last month, organizers announced that early bird tickets ranged from 45 US dollars for bleacher seats to 10,000 US dollars for the limited edition Sky View seats. 10,000 US dollars for the limited edition Sky View seats. So that's why I said earlier, if you want to know who have money, look up in the Sky View. Whoever is up there, they spent over $1 million to be there just at a Chris Brown concert. I don't know too many Jamaicans that can say, you know what, that's why I'm $1 tonight just to go see Chris Brown. But hey, some Jamaicans have money like that. Air Force One. The young ones do it here in Florida too. Yeah, my kids do it. My kids do, especially Jaden. I'm like, Jaden and Kosi. Jaden is 16, Kosi is 15. They just turned 15 and 16. I said, Jaden, take your ass inside and go put on some. It's hot outside, boy. It's 111 degrees today. Why you got on the man have on one long sleeve sweatshirt with hoodie on it and a long pants, socks and shoes and everything? Man, we are flip-flops, shorts, and t-shirt kind of people. But hey, if them can handle it and don't bust a bead of sweat, then more power to them. I remember the Bernards in Kingston died like that. Karen noticed they died days apart. Yeah, man. Okay, so but despite the early reaction from some Jamaicans about the prices of the Skyview suites, they are available for the concert at the National Stadium in Kingston. Organizers announced, wait for it, organizers have announced that them Skyview seat there for 10,000 US dollars are all sold out. All sold out. Wow. Bleacher seats, $45. Grandstand seats, $75. Blue or general VIP is $175. These are all US dollars. Green VIP, I'm a blue VIP, green VIP, and indigo VIP. So they will probably break that down as in blue VIP, you'll get some VIP treatment, your cordon off in a separate area, and you'll get one bottle of champagne. Green VIP, you probably get like 2 bottles of champagne. And then you have indigo ultra VIP, you probably get to meet Chris Brown or be in an area where whatever, and you get 4 bottles of champagne in a bucket for you and 4 people and stuff like that. They have their different packages going. The Indigo VIP is 475 US dollars. Cabana Suites 24 was available. Those are 5,000 US dollars. And the Skyview Suites, there were 12 of those available, 10,000 US dollars. And all the Skyview seats, 10,000 US dollars, are gone, sold out. So, if you think people don't have money, them have them money. And remember, I know we are the same people who are saying, yo, them need to raise up the minimum wage because people there at work, the minimum wage in Jamaica is 89 US dollars and 89 cents per week for 40 hours of labor. Not even $100. And grandstand seats are $75. And blue VIP is $175. So you can barely afford to even go if that is your salary bracket, right? Angel D says the scammers are spending. Well, they might as well spend it on something. Yes, Vicky Victory, they sold out right away. They're gone. They're gone. So we there talk about me. Want to see who can afford that? Cause remember I told y'all, I said people in Jamaica have money. Them have some serious money down there. And nobody feel like say Jamaica is just an island of beer, poor people, and everybody I beg you something. Nah, people have them money in Jamaica. Every time I go to Jamaica, I'm reminded. Sometimes, honestly, when I'm there at Jamaica, and this is a reason why I go back a lot too. Because when I'm there, I'm motivated. Because it made me look upon myself and say, where they are fun, you need to turn up your hustle. Not that I'm comparing myself to people and want what they have, but it motivates me to work harder to accomplish more. You understand? And nothing wrong with that. It's just ambition. It turn up your ambition. Because when you see what a lot of them are able to accomplish without even leaving the island, and of course, some of them left the island, came back with a little something and flip it into something bigger and all other kinds of stuff. But it gives you vision. It gives you a drive. It gives you a renewed kind of energy. You're not stressed out when you're there, so you can really sit back and look. And you can see stuff and you can speak to people and you can say, damn, I want something like this for me. Yeah. I have a brethren. Told him that I have a brethren that has a he left the US and he has a condo in Kingston. And his condo rents for $200 per person per night. Not $200 a night, $200 per person per night. So when me and my son was staying there, I took a trip one time with one of my sons. And when me and my son was staying there, we stayed there for 2 nights. And it's for and me, I'm the kind of person like this. If you're my brethren, I don't want no discount from you. I don't want no discount. This is how I support your business. And when you come to support my business, don't ask me for no discount because you're my friend. If you're my friend, support my business, right? Buy the prices them when we have. So I paid. We spent there 2 nights because I was waiting for my cousin to for Yui to let out. So me and my cousin can link up and we can drive, go a country and thing. So the 2 nights that we stayed there, it's $200 per night per person. So that's $400 one night, $400 the next night. That's $800 US dollars he made in 2 nights. That's just us. And when we are leave, the security say, "Oh, where you left? Up at Chris' place?" I say, "Yeah." Him say, "Boy, that place they stay busy, you know. That door they stay revolving, you know." And as we were leaving, the cleaning person was going in to clean, and people were checking in downstairs to come up there already. Like the cleaning person have to dep on standby because as you check out the man, the way how him coordinate him thing, check right in. And his parents have a beautiful house not too far away. So guess where him them most of the time? Up in parents' yard. That is supposed to be his home. But him said, I could refurbish this place, fix it up nicely to where someone who flying from foreign wouldn't look down upon it. You know, you're flying to somewhere nice. And he did and fix up the place nice. You would think you're in any 5-star hotel room in the US. Its place is really, really nice with a nice balcony view and everything. And boom, making his money. So if he might make $800 US in a 2 day, let me give you an idea. Imagine the parties that come in, and I think his place sleeps up to 8. So if a party comes in with 8 people and it's 200 per night per person, and one thing about him too, him no business if a picnic you have with you is 200 per night per person, and people pay it. So when a party of 5 comes in, the place sleeps up to 8. When a party of 5, 6, 7, or 8 comes in, you do the maths to that. This is how I'm telling y'all that people in Jamaica have a way and they have money. Some of them have a whole heap of money and they have a way that money keeps on coming in. So nobody look upon everybody in Jamaica and think, oh my God, they're in Jamaica, so life must be so hard for them and they're struggling. I feel sorry for them. I say, no, them they don't there feel sorry for you, a foreign. Them I look upon you and I said, Jesus Christ, watch him I go through the snow in the early morning. Poor thing. You look roughy, man. But him look roughy. When last him eat like a real plate of food. All them fruits, them have no seed in them. Poor thing. Ja. Them a laugh after you and I look for you like them feel sorry for you. You bossy foreign and jump off a plane and come down there, go like them a hype on somebody. You can't hype on nobody at Jamaica, my friend. You can't hype on nobody. Most of them down there have people in foreign that keep them looking just like you. So you can't out-style them, you can't out-dress them, you can't out-nothing them. And then the one them who are actually really getting money there, you definitely can't hype on them. I see some house. I see some place. I had this one house. Me and Kira and the baby, we had this one house in this one community. This is Portmore. Portmore. But it's outside like Helcha. I think a Helcha Heights. Up there, so. I'm going at the house, you know, man. I'm in there, lock up grill and everything. We're gonna be here for a week, blah blah blah. It's a garbage man come down the street and whatever. I'm gonna turn around and look on the house across the street from the house I was staying in. See me here? Cause the house is a 2-story house that look like no house I see in the US. And the electric gate, you don't see when or where them up in the gate. You just hear bzz, bzz, and you hear chuk, 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 chuk. Big gate slide gone. You can't see over them gate. Big gate slide gone. And the first car me say, vroom, out of that. See me here? They have cars like that in Jamaica? Oh, damn. And the next car when me see park up in there, I'm like, oh, damn. So nobody feels like so them people here have them things. They have them things. Or probably some of them buy them $10,000 ticket or them $1 million ticket and gone up go see Chris Brown and it's no money for them. It's no money that's gonna break their back. Yes? I saw me want getting at the money too. Me not lie. Some want getting at the money too. When me can dash with $1 million just to go see a concert. Me not reach SA yet. I'm still hustling and bustling and struggling on this minibus of life. I may have too much picnic. I'm not reach there yet. The last time I was over there, this guy had his friend of his pull up in a brand new Maserati on me. Yes, my friend. I see Maserati fly past me in Jamaica. I see some Mercedes Benz that I don't even see here in the US. The Maybach Mercedes Benz. I've seen, let me see. I say Lamborghini in Jamaica. I said that I go mash up on the road. Any of them car that go anywhere down a country, it all mash up. I saw a Lambo down there and I'm like, I saw a Lambo dealership or a dealership that had exotic cars like a couple of Lamborghini and some other car. I say, how them your dealership you survive? Because even if people in Jamaica can buy them car here, how many of these cars could they sell to keep this business alive? You know, somebody there look on the car them and say a whole heap of them, you know. But people have them. People have them. So shout out to my Jamaican people, man. Big time hustlers. Hey, I one thing about we, you know, we're ambitious, you know. Yeah. When you meet a Jamaican that's really ambitious and about it and about to get it, you can't stand up in a them way. You might as well work with them. Yeah, that part. So I love going there. I love seeing the hustle from the street hustle all the way up to those who are hustling on a big level. Me just love see it. When I say hustle, I don't mean like anything bad. I mean hustle as in you found a way and you're working your angle, right? You're not hurt nobody. Y'all work your angle, whether it's through your entrepreneurship or whether it's through, and a lot of entrepreneurship stuff is going on in Jamaica as well, and they're becoming very, very successful at it. And that Jamaican man they got out that car was clean, okay? Little bro, and the Chinese them, some bossy Chinese out there. But I not only them. And not only them. Rosalind Smichael says, my daughter went and saw him in Canada. I was telling that's too much to pay to see Chris Brown, but she went anyways. Well, you know, Chris have him thing, you know, where him wipe him sweat and go so with it and flash it so and 2 girls fainting in the front row and these and these kind of things. So big up to him, man. And big up to him for putting these guys on the show. Because that just mean more for our people like Dexter Daps and you know, Dexter came a long way. Dexter is a brand now. You know, TJ came a long way. If you look way back in the deal, somebody contacted us to do a promo for an artist. And the artist was TJ. And it was TJ just starting out. And the person who called me to do the promo, the person I said, yo, SouFlo, me I tell you, you know, it might be big, you know, one day, you know. And I'll be honest with you. So many people were calling and giving me promo to do. And some of them, me show them to Shakira and she just a bust out a laugh because, you know, we're like, what wicked producer make that youth voice that song here and then now have him spend money for promote it instead of telling him the truth. Like, it's not going to go nowhere. But TJ was one of them that I was like, I'm just going to promote it, but me not really know if it's not going to be that big. So my job is to just promote it then, right? I don't really know if he was going to be that big. He didn't give me the, he's going to be that big factor back then. So I don't say, oh, you did doubt the man. Yeah, but yeah, believe I know. I just a life go. Sometimes you doubt people because you don't, they don't have the it factor yet, right? But he sure as hell have the hit factor now, boy, and the it factor and the hit factor now. I bet me fuck up in ya. Drift. Yeah. People grow, change, mature, get better with their craft over time, become superstar like. That's TJ. So big up to him, big up to Chris Brown for having them on the show. Big up to him for sticking with Chris Brown with Sean Kingston and having Sean Kingston come on the show as well. You know, that's showing loyalty to a friend who's been around for forever. Both of them been through some drama and they were always there supporting each other. I kind of follow these kind of people and when I do these stories, so me know a little bit more than, you know, you're going to hear something break out right after the show. Then election call. Then, would be a good timing. Beenie Man. Shout out to Beenie Man. Beenie Man turns 50 years old. Or should we say 50 years young? Because 50 nowadays don't look like 50 again, you know. If you take care of yourself, 50 don't look like 50 again. So Beenie out here, and y'all see him. He out here full of energy, doing his thing still. Beenie Man is definitely one of those who has kept himself top 5 for decades. And I say top 5 for decades, some people are going to argue with me. I don't rate people too high if they just came out and them get 1 and 2 little buzzy songs. That don't make you king of anything or nothing. You're new. You haven't showed longevity yet. You haven't showed the ability to tour the world yet. You haven't showed the ability to put out hit after hits yet. You haven't showed the ability to have an audience that grows with you. You haven't showed that ability yet. Most of them artists here, them put out some gimmicky song now and it's hot now. And 2 years from now, that audience moved on and left them. And them try to do the same thing and it don't work no more. So the next album them put out doesn't even hit. The next single they put out don't even hit because your audience moved on. They matured. They don't want to hear you that way anymore. Beenie Man is still commanding large stages. And I've seen Beenie Man perform in, let me see, I've seen him perform in Europe before and I've seen him perform multiple times in the US before. I don't know if I've seen him at Jamaica. But yeah, I've seen him perform multiple times before in different places, big stages. And him lock down the place every single time and perform. And over the years, he just keeps getting better and better and better. So shout out to Beenie Man, him turned 50. And, you know, it's a grand 50. Not only that, he is actually releasing his album. Well, he has released his album. So if you're a real Beenie Man fan and you don't know, Beenie has an album out. The album name is Simmer. Simmer. Like Simmer. Who got the keys to my bimmer? The album name is Simmer. That's Beanie's new album. As far as I'm hearing, it's a masterpiece. And it has a lot of collaborations on it that you're going to probably like. Right. They said that despite the August 31st release date, that means it's coming up. Despite the August 31st release date, no one should rule out an appearance by Bounty Killer being on the album as well. Things have come full circle. Remember when Beenie and Bounty would have literally cuss each other, argue, fight, can't be seen in the same place as war broke out, all that. And now they're two legends, two columns in dancehall. And them do them thing. And now them cool, right? With each other. On the album, Beanie's album, Morgan Heritage is on it. Sean Paul is on it. To give you an idea, Charlie Black's step on it. Anthony Red Rose step on it. Louis Culture step on it. Busy Signal step on it. Maya is on it. Hood Celebrity is on it. Dexter Daps, Shensia, Bungie Garlin, Shaggy, Popcorn, Dre Island, Stoneboy, and these are some of the people that are on it. And you know, it have some big name producers on it as well, and all that. I'm definitely getting this album. An ode to a person who has stood the test of time and really is an ambassador to our culture. People remember when time Beanie I work with Janet Jackson and all these things. And it wasn't no splice up video. They were in the same place doing it. So yeah, big up to Beenie Man, man. And really, and I know a lot of people are, the debate is still out. Beanie is the king of dancehall. Beanie, he is a king. He is one of our kings. But in my book, him is not the reigning king, but he definitely is one of the kings of dancehall music, and that can never be taken away from him. So happy birthday, Moses. Big up yourself, manners and respect every single time. And you don't know the thing go already, right? Right. Go grab the album, people. I'm definitely going to grab it. And I will actually review the album and tell you what my favorite track is on the album and all that. All right? All right. Next one now, and our last one up out of here this morning. Somebody was calling my phone, and I don't know if I have anybody coming by the house this morning to do any work. Yes, they are here. Today are Wednesday, don't? Okay. Why people may have a whole heap of things are going. You see, even some people say buy a house, but I'll tell you about maintaining a house. Like your AC system need maintenance, your air duct them need to be cleaning, heavy breeze come through, your fence line in your fence them need to be replaced. Right now, the washing machine jump by itself like a Atlanta stripper. Every time we use it, gone way down in the garage. We have to wrestle it, carry it, go back up on the wall. So I got appliance people coming. The pool did a leak, which brought my water bill up to $500 for the month. I said, no, this can't right, because my water bill used to be like $100 and something and $75 and them something there. You know, that's one bag of something I go on, and I had to get the pool fixed and this, that, and the other. Be a responsibility. But that's how I think go. It's life. Yeah. All right. So the last one for the morning is Donald Trump getting arrested, and that's something that we're going with President Obama's chef. Real iffy. Real iffy. Let's run through that story there real quick, right? The death of the former U.S. President Obama's personal chef. His name is Tafari Campbell. In the Massachusetts resort community of Martha's Vineyard was an accident. This is what state officials have said. It was an accident. I'm trying to ask a question. What kind of accident? This man was a super swimmer and him drowned in 8 feet of water. And he was out there with somebody who was on another paddleboard and close by him. And the other person's name is not, and identity is not being revealed. And the other person's story is that they looked up there and saw him struggling in the water, and he came up and then he went down. But that was like his last time because him just got under and never come back up. So them swim, go all the way back to land to go get help, and they came back and searched for his body. Something about this not rub me right. Something about this is very off for me. And there's a lot of conspiracy stuff out there, but I don't want to repeat them. I just want to spark your interest so you can go look at what's out there, right? Mrs. Nia says, I don't know why people act like sacrificing his stop when the time is the centuries, and they will do it today when you think thousands of people go per year, 100, 300,000 missing people. It's weird. He was with a fellow paddleboarder who has not been named, who tried to help but could not reach him in time. The other paddleboarder then swam to shore and notified a person unsure of what had just happened. The persons then called 911 Emergency Communication Center, which initiated an immediate emergency search and rescue response by numerous public safety agencies. Campbell has been the South chef at the White House and came to work for the family of the Obamas since 2017, the former president and his wife said last month. Many things, I don't know, maybe I'm watching too much TV these days, but many things, something stick out to me. Look at this picture, right? And tell me if you think anything. Look at the picture good enough. I'm giving you 60 seconds to analyze this picture, every inch of it. Analyzing. Pictures tell 1,000 words, right? Analyze good. Look on it. Look on it good. Let me drag you. Look at hand placement. All right. Can I see it real good? Let me see. That's as best as I can make you see it. All right. One thing me notice right in that picture, I see 3 people in that picture, SouFlo. Okay. Me see 3 people in that picture, but let me zoom it in for you then. This took me off. Is this normal? You know, see still. All right. You can't see it. Hear what me I say. Without implying anything, I'll just say this. If my wife and me, I take a picture with anybody, the man can't hug up my wife around her waist. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. Him can't hug up my wife around her waist. And me, I go hug her up around her waist. I'll leave it at that. Okay? That young man is so wise. The ability to be yourself is key. Anyone would be proud to have him as a child. Happy birthday. That's to the caller from before. Anyhow, without saying anything, I'm just going to say I find that suspicious. I'm not going to tend to stay too long because something else is going on in the background here that I'm pretty sure I have to go tend to. But I'll say this in closing. Donald Trump is going to turn himself in tomorrow. The woman who is at the center of this, they are definitely trying to impeach her out her position. And the charge is election interference. Because they're saying that the only reason she's doing this is because she's a part of the agenda that is trying to get him to not be able to run for president again. So basically, with election time being here, they are trying to stop him from becoming the next president. It's going to be interesting to see him turn himself in tomorrow because he's for the first time going to be fingerprinted and do this and take a mugshot. So the mugshot for Donald Trump, which he has never had before, and fingerprint him into the system, that's going to be a fiasco. However, word is out that the former president had his lawyers negotiate booking to take place during prime viewing hours on Thursday because they want to get the maximum TV ratings for it. So what I told you before, this, if them slip with Trump, them are gonna slide all the way. Because all this for him could be turned into one big marketing scheme leading up to his re-election. Yeah, if them not convict him before election time come around, all they have done is they have helped him to market himself right back into the White House. So anyhow, charges don't come from this and Trump don't end up in prison. Remember me tell you, say, your next president for the United States of America is going to be Donald Trump again. take with that what you will, do with it what you will. We'll continue these conversations tomorrow, and I will see you then. Manners and respect to each and everybody tuning in. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Walk good. And remember, karma is real. I'm out. Peace.